It's Monday morning here in New York City and we are at 10 Hudson Yards, which is the home of VaynerMedia. And today I'm presenting with Sasha Group, which was launched by Gary, I don't know, about a few months ago. Sasha Group is named after his dad, Sasha Vaynerchuk, and they work specifically with small to medium businesses. So that is my space. And so we're coming together today and we're doing a session on unlocking employee potential. So I'm going to share all the stuff that you don't normally hear in these types of sessions because I like to be different, don't I, Train? We're going to have a great time. So I'm really glad that you can join me here at Vayner to have this little intimate gathering session today. I love this because I've put this quote up or saying sentence here. The best entrepreneurs know this. Every great business is built around a secret that's hidden from the outside. A great company is a conspiracy to change the world. When you share your secret, the recipient comes a fellow conspirator. And I put this here because one of the key things that I'm going to be talking about today is sharing about why you do what you do and why that actually matters. So I love this. This is where I started my business, in this spare bedroom, which was about this size. And that was 12 years ago in Australia. This is a Queensland workers' cottage home. Very, very basic. And at the time, I didn't have any of the tools that you would think you need to start a business. So I had no experience in business. As I said before, I'd never completed a qualification. I dropped out of college or university 3 times because I cannot learn that way. I hadn't really been in the HR space for that long. And I'd never managed people, had no business background, I had no money at all. I'd recently relocated from another state, so I didn't have any family or any contacts, I didn't have a network. It was the start of the global financial crisis, and I had a 3-month-old baby. So it was like a perfect time to start a business. I had everything that you could possibly ask for. So if I'd actually gone to a business coach or an advisor and said, I've got this idea, this is my situation, I don't think many people would have said, yes, go forth and conquer. And why that was important was because I did not consider all of those things that I didn't have, all that adversity. I never even thought about it. I didn't think, I've never done this before, I don't have any money, I've got a baby here. I just did not think about it. I just thought, I've got this idea, I really believe in it, and I put my blinkers on and I just went forward. And I still do that to this very day. I have coaches and advisors and mentors, but I'm very particular about who I listen to. I never look at competitors. I'm not the slightest bit interested in what competitors are doing, and most business coaches will tell you, make sure you do your analysis on your competitors. I don't care. I just know who I am, what I'm good at, and what my vision is. These are the 4 little questions that I ask every time I go into a client that invites me in to take a look at their business. First thing I want to know is, does your business have a heartbeat? What does that mean? I'm going to tell you. Does your business structure make sense to succeed? Do you know what success looks like? And have you told your story? So I'm going to talk to you about what vision, mission, values really are when they are working effectively. Really, at the moment, what we see a lot of the time is vision, mission, values being really fancy, cool words on a wall or on a website. And they are cool and they are useful in some aspects when they are that. But there is so much more that they can offer. And I call this the heartbeat because I truly believe that if you get your vision, mission, values right, everything feeds off it. I do believe it's like the heart of your organisation. So I'm just going to talk to you about what I believe the vision, mission, values are. And one other thing I'll say to you is that everything that I'm talking to you about today, none of it is theory. So it's all real. And everything that I consult on, sell, talk about is based on what I built for myself to build my businesses. So every time something wasn't working, I would often sit on a plane and go, I have this challenge, how do I fix that? And I would nut it out and I'd work it out, and then I'd go, oh wow, that's really good, I should share that. And then it became a product or a service. And so everything is being built based on, I had a problem and I had to get it fixed. It's not out of a book. And that's why I talk about this space is so theoretical. We hear so much about leadership and engagement, but really, what's it like when we're actually running a business? And as Katie said, we're trying to get sales and we're trying to get work out of the door, but we've got these people, like, what's the real life of it? So all of the things that I'm sharing with you today are tools that I use every single day to keep my business afloat and thriving. These should be considered to be tools in your business. So if you think about having a toolkit on your table that you can draw upon and pull a tool out when you need it, that's what your vision, mission, values are. So straight away you can start thinking, well, how often do I pull my vision tool out and use it? Or how often do I pull a value out and actually use it? Now that will immediately give you a feeling of whether your vision, mission, values are actually being utilised. So firstly, with our vision, we know that to be an aspiration of where we want our business to be. This really should be something that you want for your business. But what your vision really needs to guide is the decisions you make around the boardroom table. So this is how I think about the vision. The vision is the tool you pull out when you're making decisions around the boardroom table. Decisions around the boardroom table are basically on the business decisions, executive decisions, when you are making decisions about your business. Should I expand? Should I take on this new product? Should I go into partnership? Should I get a co-founder? This is where your vision will help you make those decisions. So a vision allows us to keep course. Your mission is about your customers or your clients. So this is your why. And in most cases, the mission goes wrong because we write about or we think about it as our what. We talk about what we do. And I'm sure all of you have understand the Simon Sinek's why and understanding our purpose. But what I find with this is that when we're talking about our what, we actually lose the essence of the difference we're actually trying to make in the world. And it doesn't matter how mundane or boring your business service offering may be, there is an impact that it can make on the world. And the mission is about really understanding what that is. So how this is used, this tool, is when you have to make decisions around your client or customer. So if you have a situation where what do we do with this, you pull out your mission and your mission should guide you. So for example, our mission at What's Next is to create great workplaces. That sounds pretty simple, but what that means is that I truly believe that if someone goes to a great workplace every day, and bear in mind that great is different for every type of industry, type of size of business, great varies, but if someone's going to a workplace that's great, when they leave that workplace at the end of the day, they're more likely to have positive relationships with their partner or their family. They're more likely to get involved in community activity. They're more likely to be fit and healthy, more likely to do positive things. And I believe that positivity has a ripple effect and that will change the world. I truly believe that if we at What's Next create a great workplace with the work that we do, that ripple effect, those people within it will go out and do things that will have a ripple effect and will make the world a better place. How do we use that? So when an employee comes to me and says, oh, I've put this proposal together, and I say, okay, great, tell me how it's going to make it a great workplace. Or tell me how this piece of work is going to make that workplace great. If they can't tell me, there's two things that could have happened. One, we're selling something that we shouldn't, and we should have handed it to the company down the road. So we're taking work that we shouldn't be doing. Or two, my team is not engaged with their mission and they don't understand why we do what we do, which gives me an opportunity to educate. Why is that important? Because when they are doing the shitty work, I need them to understand that that work will change the world, that work makes a difference. And it makes a difference because that piece of work will do whatever it does in that organisation, which will give this experience to the employees, which will then be able to go out and do something in the world that makes a difference and adds to the ripple. So when they're disengaged and bored and getting offers from other people and whatever, I want them to be able to see their impact with every single thing that they do. And so when they are disengaged, I can say, you know what this does. And we do things like fire people and deal with like bullying claims and sexual harassment claims and redundancies, and also fund things like promotions and team training and all of these things. And there is greatness in every single thing we do. But it's my job to communicate a mission and create a mission and communicate that so that everyone can connect and engage with that. Pretty powerful tool compared to some words on a wall. And then we have our values. Now, what we usually see with values are things that we're great at. We're committed to excellence. We're honest. Thank goodness, otherwise we might not be in business. And all these nice, great words of the things that we are. But how helpful is that to us? Because if we're already good at them and they're already ingrained in us, they're not really needed as a tool. What we want to focus on is, where is our weakness? If we're going to utilise our values as tools to help us, where do we need support? What is it about our industry that's challenging? What is it about our type of team that might be challenging that we could utilise a value to help prop us up? It's a completely different way of looking at values. To give you an example, we have one of our values is we are passionate and in tough times we fight. Now, the reason for that particular value is because, one, personally, I just don't want to work with people that are glass half empty. I feel energy. I can walk into my office and know if one person is the slightest bit off by the energy in the room. So it was really important for me to have people that are passionate about their life. But I recognise when you work for a small business, it is a bumpy ride. When it's really, really busy and you're winning heaps of clients, whoa, we all notice it. We're all staying late. When we're not winning any work and we're not hitting budget, it's stress. And so being part of a small business, I feel, is like being on a ship out in sea. And that's an awesome ride. But the reality is that that's not for everyone. It's bumpy and sometimes it's quite uncomfortable. So I say to my team, you know what, I want people that can understand that we're passionate. In tough times we fight. I don't expect my team to be passionate every day. I don't expect them to turn up every day going, this is awesome, because sometimes it's not. Sometimes it actually just sucks. What I expect them to do is fight. I expect them to understand that it sucks right now. And so it should. You know, I'm in a small business, this is reality, and we will come out and it will be awesome. And we're passionate and it's great, and then it's going to suck. But we get so much from that. We learn so much resilience. We gain so much from that rough and rocky journey. And that is just the nature of small business. So I have used that so many times when we've had those moments and said, you know what, guys, it sucks right now. I don't even want to come in. But we are in tough times, we fight. So suddenly your values go from great words that you're already doing to being something that you can utilise every single day. And this is just about understanding what is the idiosyncrasies of my business or my industry. Where do we need that extra support? To that, did you like? I just want to make sure.
It is so good because as you were speaking about using it as a tool, I'm reminded of being in an environment where we were working hard together towards reaching certain goals. And this is actually from like when I was at GS, we were working hard on stuff, right? And we would always be reminded of the values. And when we talk about using it as tools, like I specifically remember going to pull out certain values to back up why I was proposing certain projects.
Wow.
To sort of back that up. But then when I decided I wanted to get into something else and I left for a stint to go to a small gaming company, can we talk about that boat?
Yes.
Being on the water?
Yes.
That's exactly what it felt like. Like just, like you could feel it, like things weren't going right, and so I ended up leaving that boat and going back,
To smooth seas.
to my old role, saying, hey, I feel safer here, and
Mhm.
welcome back. We were glad to take you. But I remember, like, just being in that environment, the way you described it and using it as a tool, it made me think, like, wow, and as you're talking, I can't wait to see what you're telling next.
Great.
Because I'm trying to figure out, like, where were the touch points in that environment that you ingrained it in that so much to, like, work with those values as part of our experience. So I just wanted to.
Thank you. So if you were to take all of the people out of the equation, so right now if you look at your business and you took all the people out, all the assets, whether you have an office, what system you use, whatever you have right now, if you should take that all out and start again tomorrow, would you put all the same people back in all the same roles? I would say in most cases, probably not. So it doesn't mean you have to go and change it the next day, but it will guide your decisions going forward by understanding what would you make it tomorrow, knowing what you know now that since you've been in business for however long. Employees go home every day and go, I assume I did a great job today because no one said otherwise. And how much wastage have we got of performance because people actually don't know what success looks like? And in most cases, it's because the boss doesn't know what success looks like. So what we create is what we call outcome profiles. And this is all about understanding if someone is doing this role, what does success look like? Black and white. We can't argue about it. So I'm going to show you an example, and I hope you can see it okay. So this is one of the outcome profiles for PX, the New York business. So this is about, have you told your story? So I think the most valuable asset that you have as a business owner or as an entrepreneur is your story. And that is the story of your life, because your business has been built in the way that it has, offering whatever it is that you offer with your particular ways of doing things because of who you are. And we need to tell that story. If we want to increase engagement and performance in small business, they need to truly understand why, where did it come from? So tell them the story, because there's all of these little things that happen in my life that ended up contributing to why my business runs the way that it does. If you're a fan of Gary, who doesn't know his story? Like, I know his story. He hasn't told it to me personally, but I've watched it because he talks about it all the time, because everything, I mean, look at Sasha. It's named after his dad, you know. Did I think about his dad this morning? Yeah, I did. Have I met him? No. But I thought about how important it is that I'm representing Gary's dad, who is like, you know, a quintessential entrepreneur, who's incredibly inspiring. So how does that impact how I deliver or work with Sasha Group or my respect for the company? Because I know the story, I know where it's come from. It means something. Wishing you the best day of your life. So thank you very much, everyone. Really exciting.
I feel like I just tried to like be super direct as well and like say what's
totally make the most of what you need. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, it's good.
Yeah, because now like with 2 companies that I'm running, it's like now I feel like I have the 3rd baby, but it's actually
I know exactly what you mean. I think the only easier thing for me was that I did that at the same, my first baby was 3 months old when I started the business, so I never had that. I remember early on thinking, I wish I'd had a few years before, but actually I think that's probably harder because I didn't know it I didn't know it without babies. So yeah, that's probably a bit easier.
I think very similar. I'm pretty impulsive. Like I came here after 6 years Shanghai, which was just like crazy work and personal life because you're just traveling and like live that expat life.
Yeah.
And then when I came to New York, a couple of years later, I was married. Like I met my husband. I bought an apartment in Brooklyn, and now it's only 4 years this July that I'm like here.
Wow.
So it's all
happened.
very cramped. Yeah.
Well, sometimes if that's how it goes, it's
exactly.
how it goes.
That's why I'm like, it's fine because so many people are like, oh my god, you should only do like one big life decision in your life and in a year. And
you just say, well, that's what you should do.
Exactly. Like
That's what's good for you, not so good for me. Yeah. Well, so nice to meet you. I'll follow you, and all the best. That was so good. It's like this is another bucket list item to do a talk or presentation with Sasha Group. You know, I was so excited when I heard that Sasha Group had opened, and now to speak at an event, and there were such good people here, and they were really engaged, and it just feels so good when you get to share your stuff that you've been working on your whole life, and everything you've learned and everything you do, and be able to just put out there and everyone would be like, oh, this is so good. Like that is just so rewarding. I feel really proud, and it's like a bucket list.
Oh yeah.
And I hope I get to do more. It's really cool. This was like a great morning. I have to subscribe because there's just going to be more and more of this cool stuff coming your way. Subscribe.